Asterfusion Network Packet Broker Solution. What is Network Packet Broker and why do we need it?
Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a technological leap that's fundamentally upgrading how we manage and secure network traffic. I mean, if you're managing complex IT infrastructure, you already know the drill, right? Seeing exactly what's happening in your network is basically half the battle. But doing that efficiently at massive scale, that is the tricky part. So let's figure out how to actually do it. Think about your current setup for a second. Are your intrusion detection systems, your deep packet inspection tools, or your firewalls just completely struggling to process the massive, relentless volumes of traffic pumping through your high-speed networks? Well, if they are, trust me, you are not alone. Because sending every single packet of data directly to your security tools, it's literally like trying to drink from a fire hose. You just end up with overloaded tools, dropped packets, and honestly, skyrocketing hardware costs. Okay, so let's quickly look at our roadmap for today. First, we'll spend a minute demystifying the NPB. Then, we'll answer the world of Astrafusion NPB 2.0, break down its 6 core architectural highlights, and finally, look at how we're moving from a simple box to a full-blown platform. All right, Section 1, Demystifying the NPB. So, if you haven't worked directly with one before, you might be wondering, what exactly is a network packet broker, and why do I even need one? Well, think of it as the ultimate traffic cop for your data center. The NPB sits right between your production network, pulling in raw data from network taps, switch S-band ports, backbone links, and your monitoring systems. Its whole job is to make absolutely sure the right data gets to the right tool at exactly the right time. By acting as this super intelligent middleman, it stops your expensive security systems from getting totally overwhelmed by irrelevant traffic. Without it, you're basically forced to choose between leaving massive blind spots in your network or completely blowing your IT budget on redundant security tools just to handle the sheer volume. It's a lose-lose situation. Let's break down how this actually works into 3 simple steps. Step 1 is ingestion. The NPB safely captures mirrored traffic from all over your physical and virtual infrastructure without interrupting the live network. It grabs all those messy, disparate streams and puts them into one unified view. Then comes step 2, processing. This is where the heavy lifting happens. The NPB filters out the junk data, truncates packets to drop payloads the security tools don't even care about, strips off complex network tunnels, and load balances the traffic. Like, why send gigabytes of encrypted video streaming packets to an intrusion detection system, right? The NPB just filters that out. Finally, step 3, distribution. This is the precise delivery of that now perfectly optimized, clean traffic right to your IDS, your CM platforms, or performance monitoring tools. They get exactly what they need, exactly when they need it, running at absolute peak efficiency. Moving right along to Section 2, enter Asterfusion NPB 2.0. So, for years, traditional NPBs have been these closed, proprietary, hardware-bound appliances. You know the ones. They're notoriously expensive, and honestly, they just lack the flexibility you really need for today's dynamic networks. Well, enter Asterfusion's totally disruptive approach. They've built a next-generation network packet broker that is fully powered by enterprise SONiC. They essentially took the NPB and transformed it into a software application, specifically the PB app. By adopting this software-defined, containerized architecture running on standard white box switches, they've decoupled the NPB software from proprietary hardware. That means no more vendor lock-in, significantly slashed costs, and a massive boost to your network's programmability. It's a real game changer. Which brings us to Section 3, 6 core architectural highlights. To really understand why this software-defined leap is so huge, we're going to break it down into 6 core pillars: architecture and core advantages, core functional capabilities, intelligent traffic scheduling, flexible deployment modes, DevOps and automation, and finally, performance and scale. Let's dive in. Okay, highlight 1 is all about the physical architecture itself. The Astrafusion NPB is built on commodity switching silicon. We're talking chips like Marvell, which is perfectly paired with the open SONiC ecosystem. This hardware-software combo is incredibly powerful, letting you achieve full line rate coverage starting from standard 1G environments all the way up to blistering 800G hyperscale deployments. And that brings us to highlight 2, where the engineering gets really clever. Asterfusion uses a dual-engine processing model. So your standard NPB functions, things like fine-grained 5-tuple and 7-tuple filtering, traffic replication, load balancing, and tunnel stripping, those run natively right on the Marvell ASIC chip. That guarantees maximum uncompromised performance at line rate. But for advanced stateful features like packet deduplication, deep analysis, and line rate MACsec hardware encryption, the system actually offloads those tasks to the Asterfusion ETDPU platform, which is powered by Fusion OS. A perfect example of this in the real world is their CX306P-40S switch. It's got 48 25G ports and 600G ports. The standard functions hit the ASIC, the advanced features hit the DPU, and you get this ultimate, perfect blend of absolute performance and flexibility. Moving to highlight 3, intelligent traffic scheduling. As networks get faster, we constantly run into those dreaded elephant flows, massive, long-lasting bursts of data that just suddenly bottleneck everything and drop critical packets. Well, Asterfusion's NPB 2.0 totally solves this. They use flow-what scheduling, enhanced hashing algorithms for really precise load balancing, fine-grained ACLs, and dynamic traffic distribution known as ARS. This is such a vital evolution, guys. It takes the device from just doing simple traffic replication to actually executing true intelligent traffic orchestration. Highlight 4 is all about how you actually slot this thing into your network. Traditionally, NPBs are just invisible observers sitting out of band. Asterfusion absolutely supports that bypass mode, but it also supports active inline deployment, meaning the NBP can sit right there in the data path, actively forming secure service chains with your firewalls, IPS, and data loss prevention tools. And the best part? If a security appliance suddenly goes down, the NBP provides automatic bypass or traffic failover, so your network stays up and reliable without skipping a single beat. Now for highlight 5. Because the PB app runs on open SONiC, it deeply integrates with modern DevOps philosophies. We are finally moving out of the dark ages of manual, box-by-box configuration. Now you can use tools like Ansible for automated, large-scale policy delivery across your entire fleet. And at the same time, built-in integration with Prometheus and Grafana gives you amazing, real-time visual management. It's automated operations perfectly built for the modern data center, massively reducing your configuration complexity and, let's be honest, human error. And for our 6th and final highlight, performance and scale. We are not just talking about a slight bump in speed here. We're talking ultra-high port density with interface speeds up to 800G. Literally, a single Asterfusion device can support up to 64 800 gigabit ports. Or you can split those out into hundreds of 100 gigabit interfaces. This is exactly the kind of massive bandwidth and scalability you absolutely need to feed today's insanely resource-hungry AI compute clusters and hyperscale data centers. All right, let's wrap this up with section 4, from box to platform. When you step back and look at all these technical highlights together, you realize something pretty quickly. This isn't just a hardware upgrade. It's a fundamental shift in the whole industry landscape. Asterfusion has taken this traditionally expensive, closed-off tool and just cracked it wide open. By leveraging open SONiC architecture, a software-defined application layer, and standard commodity hardware, they've made high-performance traffic processing incredibly flexible and, frankly, massively cost-effective. They are quite literally transforming the NBP from a standalone box into an integrated platform. It is not just an add-on tool anymore. Traffic visibility has become a native network capability. So the only question left for us today is, are you ready to upgrade your network visibility? Because of this open hardware model, it's actually incredibly easy to just test this out in your own environment. Right now, Asterfusion is offering discounted demo units for anyone ready to experience this native network capability firsthand. I mean, think about it. What hidden threats or performance bottlenecks are you going to discover when you finally turn the lights on in your network traffic? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you in the next one.
If you are interested in the Asterfusion NPB 2.0 switches, we welcome your inquiry. Please contact bd@cloudswit.ch. Asterfusion, leading provider open networking solutions.